I feel like I have so many things to talk about. So I have a couple of things to do today, mainly filming. I've already done like laundry and all that other kind of stuff yesterday, so today is mostly my filming day and I need to get ready. So I figured I would do a little chatty get ready with me video talking about some of the books that I've read recently and some of the things I've been loving recently. But before I get into that, I want to talk a little bit about Dossier. So I'm so excited to talk about some of the Dossier perfumes that I've received recently. If you don't know anything about Dossier, they reproduce high-end luxury scents at the fraction of the price. And they're able to do this while still keeping the same high quality while cutting out the infamous brand tax. They also have a really great risk-free system where you are able to try out the scents before fully committing to them. And if you happen to not like the scents that you picked out, you have a 30-day period to return them and get a full refund. Something that I've always really admired about Dossier is their affordability. Any of their scents are $39 a piece, and that is in comparison to designer perfumes that could be anywhere from $50 to even hundreds of dollars. And the great thing is that they have literally so many options for perfumes and they are constantly adding new ones. So I was able to pick up some really great perfumes. The first one I got is Gourmand White Flowers, and the notes are bergamot, green tea, freesia, and berries. And this is meant to be inspired by Viktor and Rolf's Flower Bomb, which happens to be Taylor Swift's favorite perfume, and that is why I chose this scent. I have actually been wearing it for the past couple of days and I have been so impressed by this perfume. I have a few other more high-end perfumes that I also like to wear, but they don't last quite as long as this one does. And I did really want to try this perfume out for a couple of days just to see what my experience would be with it, and I was pleasantly surprised. And then I got another one, and this one is Floral Honeysuckle, and this one is inspired by Gucci Bloom, and that's a perfume that I've been wanting to try for literally ever, and I was so excited when I was able to get some Dossier perfumes because I knew they would have a scent inspired by Bloom, and I had to choose it. So the top notes for this one are green leaves, orange, and honeysuckle with hints of jasmine, sambac, and tuberose, and sandalwood and vanilla. So this scent I also really love and also has a really great staying power on the skin. This scent in comparison to the other one is definitely more mature. It makes me feel very fancy. And I absolutely love this one. It's definitely comparable, and you definitely get those hints of floral and honeysuckle both within the scent. So yeah, I think I picked out some really great scents. There are definitely other ones that I would love to try in the future. And yeah, overall, I highly recommend Dossier. I have been pleasantly surprised by both of these scents, and they are definitely going to be ones that are added to my rotation. I have been loving perfumes in general recently, so it's really exciting to get to try out these Dossier perfumes that I've been hearing so much about and been hearing so many great things. So if you'd like to try Dossier for yourself, I have a 10% off discount code in my description. It's going to be Allie with Books 10, so go ahead and check out Dossier, find some perfumes that you really like. They also have a super fun quiz if you are a quiz person. I am a quiz person, so I like had to take the quiz. So go ahead and check out Dossier, and if you do, I highly recommend Gourmand White Flowers. It's just my favorite scent. Alright, so before I do anything, I need to put my hair up and get it out of my face. This is the one thing about having bangs, is that I can't just, you know, do my makeup normally. I have to like fix my hair before and after doing my makeup. Typically, I leave doing my hair until after I've finished it, but today I figured I would just do it before. It just seemed a lot easier. Speaking of my hair, I've actually decided that I'm going to dye it a little bit lighter. I haven't dyed my hair in so long. About a year ago on my birthday, my friend who's a hairdresser, she gave me these like really minimal balayage highlights, and my hair has grown out so much since then that they are like down to here. So it's really just like the last little chunk of my hair that has any sort of highlight in it, and the rest of it is just like my natural hair color, which is really dark. And I just feel like I'm so ready for something different. I haven't had like light brown hair in a really long time. I think the last time I ever did a light brown was back when I was like in middle school. And I was really obsessed with Miley Cyrus's hair in the Start All Over music video, if you know what I'm talking about. That hair I was obsessed with. So I really tried to recreate it. It turned out more light brown than like blonde. But I am still obsessed with that hair. I really want to go more of a light brown because, as you can see, my hair is super dark. I'm also going to New York soon, and that means that I need a little bit of like a hair update. My brother is graduating from college, so that's super exciting, and he goes to college on Long Island, so I can't wait to go back because I went to New York back, what was it, October, November? I feel like it was October, and that was so much fun. I had such a great time. It was my first time ever in New York, and we actually got to go into the city, though we did stay on Long Island for the majority of that trip. It was so much fun. Also, if you want to know the concealer that I use, it's the Conceal and Perfect by Milani. This one in this little bottle. I haven't done like a makeup video in so long. How do you do this? This is in the color 140 Pure Beige, and this is mainly like my winter fall color. I do have a bit of a darker one for summer, but for now I think this looks pretty good. Speaking of updates, I feel like I haven't really talked a lot about some of the books that I'm currently reading, mainly because I'm not doing like a general vlog at the moment. I'm actually doing a YA fantasy vlog, so I don't really want to talk about those books, mainly because those are the books I'm going to be talking about in that vlog. So you'll get to hear me, you know, hear my thoughts about them and everything. I am also reading quite a few other books. So I'm currently reading I Love You So Mochi. I can't remember who the author is. I think her name is Sarah Kuhn. And I am loving that book so much. It's a really cute like YA contemporary romance. And it's adorable. Like, it's so cute. My one thing is that I'm not a big fan of the cover, and that's kind of what kept me from reading it for so long. Yeah, basically it's about this girl, and she has always kind of wanted to be an artist, but recently she's decided that that's not like the path for her. But her mom is actually an artist as well. That's like her life's dream, and she's always wanted her daughter to also be an artist. When her mom finds out that she doesn't want to be an artist anymore, it kind of puts a wrench in her plans and their relationship, and she decides the daughter decides to go to Japan to spend the summer with her grandparents, her maternal grandparents. So it's a really interesting book. It's so cute. It's set in Japan, and I am absolutely loving it. It's really cool though because I've always wanted to go to Japan, so it's really fun to read a book that's set in Japan. Also, I am using the putty bronzer from e.l.f. I don't know what color this is in. Does it say? Oh, it says Honey Drip. I think this might be one of the lighter bronzers, and I just put it right here. You know, nothing too fancy. I have really stopped using powder products just in general. I really only use creams or liquid stuff unless it's like an eyeshadow. Then I'll use like a powder eyeshadow, but for the most part I just don't use powder anymore on my face, and I've actually seen such a huge improvement in not only like my skin texture and like, you know, acne, breakout, stuff like that, but also in how oily my skin gets. I used to really struggle with oil on my skin, and it would get just so bad like throughout the entire day. I'd have to blot constantly. But when I decided to stop using powders, I definitely saw an improvement. So if you are also struggling with super oily skin and you think that the solution is powders and very mattifying products, I would suggest trying to use more creams, liquids, stuff that's going to be moisturizing, because it really worked for me. Honestly, I rarely ever have to blot anymore, and even when I do blot my face, nothing comes off. So I feel like that's pretty good, because I used to blot my face and like the napkin or whatever I was using would be brown. Like, it would just be brown. And then this is the Putty Blush from e.l.f. and this is in the color Bali. I love this blush. I used to hate blush. It's crazy. But I used to never wear it. I stayed away from it as much as possible. But I love blush now and I love the way it looks on me. I think it just looks very nice and natural, so there you have it. But yeah, anyway, I'm reading that I Love You So Mochi book as an audiobook on Hoopla. I have been kind of struggling with finding like what I'm gonna read next because I have been reading a lot physically lately and I've kind of stepped away from audiobooks at the moment. So it's kind of difficult to go back to using audiobooks more regularly. Like, I feel sometimes I'll get on a roll of like, I'm gonna be reading all these audiobooks and I read them one after another and it's totally fine and I don't have any issues. And then suddenly I just stop listening to audiobooks and it's a struggle to pick the next one. So that's been an issue. I've also been reading a book on my Kindle and I got it from Libby, and it's the Book of Living Secrets by Madeline Rue, or Rue, I'm not sure. She's actually the author of I think it's a horror series of YA books, and it's called The Furies. The only reason I remember that title is because whenever I would see it at like Walmart or Target or whatever, I always thought it said The Furries. Like, even though I knew that's not what it said, in my mind I would see it as The Furries, but it's The Furies. I actually do have that series and I want to read it. I keep meaning to read it when it's like October and like Halloween time, but I just never get to them. I do want to get to them though. I have the entire series and I have read a bit of the first one and it is really interesting and very well written. But I don't know, like, I'm not a horror person, at least not as much as I used to be as like a little kid. Like, I loved horror and scary stories and stuff like that back when I was younger. Now that I'm older, I try to stay away from them as much as possible. For various reasons. Mainly having to do with like sleep paralysis and stuff like that. It gets bad. So I try to stay away from scary stuff, but I do want to read that series. Anyway, I'm reading the Book of Living Secrets from that same author, and I have so many mixed feelings. Also, this is an e.l.f. brow thing. I don't know. I don't really try to do too much to my brows anymore. I just think they look a little bit better, just slightly filled in, more natural. So this book is kind of interesting because it's set in Boston in like the modern times, and these two girls are kind of outcasts, but they're best friends. They talk to each other about everything, and they are very obsessed with this obscure romance, historical romance book. And I'm pretty sure the book is called Moira, and it's following this character named Moira. And she is like kind of like this very rich debutante kind of girl, and she ends up falling for a guy from like the quote-unquote wrong side of the tracks. So they're very obsessed with this book, and one day this guy at this, I don't know if it's kind of like a crystal shop or something like that, but he promises one of the girls that like he can transport her into the story of the book. And so they decide to ditch the Sadie Hawkins dance and go to this guy's shop, and lo and behold, magic is real. They are transported into the world of the book, but it is not as it seems. So it's a super interesting premise. When I saw it on Libby, I was like, ooh, that looks kind of cool. And also the cover of the book is very pretty and like definitely something that I would want to read. So I checked it out, and I think I'm currently about 30% of the way through the ebook, and I don't know how to feel about it, honestly. There are parts of that book that I really enjoy. I do think that some of the characters are really interesting and kind of funny, but then there are other parts where I'm just like, it's not necessarily like anything problematic or anything that like I feel like is a huge issue, but it's just, I don't know, there's something about it that just doesn't sit right with me. It's split into 2 points of view between the two friends, and one of the friends is kind of following like the actual plot of the book, and that part is really interesting. I'm actually liking that point of view. But then the other point of view, the girl is kind of swept into this underground sort of society that is fighting these monsters, I guess, from like a different dimension. Unfortunately for me, one of the characters that she interacts with a lot and seems to be having sort of like a romantic interest towards is kind of like this pseudo cowgirl thing. Like, she's very much Jessie from Toy Story 2. And that's just not my vibe. It's not my thing. It's not something I would want to read. I have attempted to read like cowgirl books before, and they always are never like something that I can continue with. I've even attempted to write my own sort of like Western book, and I don't know, there's something about it. I feel like I like a Western if it's not going to be stereotypically Western. Like, I don't need like the like really intense cowgirl vibe. Like the accent and the words, like the slang, I'm just not about it. So yeah, that's kind of turning me off of the book a little bit, and I wish that that wasn't like a thing within the book. I would much rather it follow the other friend who is like going to like the balls and like being friends with the main characters. So yeah, that book unfortunately I'm not loving, but I think that I'm enjoying it enough to continue with it because I'd like to see what happens. It's not necessarily bad enough where I'm like, oh, I want to DNF this. I don't care what happens next. I have gotten a lot better at DNFing books, especially ones that like I just don't care about. Like, I'm not going to force myself to read a book that I am not vibing with. However, I am also super nosy. I want to know more. I'm not loving this mascara at the moment. Why is it so like clumpy? This is the Big Mood. I don't know if, oh, it's from e.l.f. I typically like this mascara, but it's going on a little clumpy today, which is weird. I probably should have used my other mascara, my Essence one, but that's okay. Okay, those eyelashes look better. This one, however, does not. And I wonder if there's something on my eyelashes that's preventing them from looking good. That could be the case. I don't know. I did wash my face, so I'm not sure if there's something going on with my eyelashes, but for some reason these ones look really good, these ones do not. Okay, so I'm also going to be using the Lash Beats Defining and Lengthening Mascara from e.l.f. Surprisingly, I've been liking the mascara from e.l.f. recently, despite the other one. I don't think that it was the mascara's fault, though. I think it's actually my eyelashes. But yeah, okay, they're looking a little bit better.
I'd love to talk to you. How's your day going?
Did you guys just hear that?
Thanks for sharing. You know what always makes me feel better, on good or bad days.
Oh. Okay, Google, shut up.
Okay, take care.
Thank you. I hate to be mean to my Google Home because I don't want to be mean to robots, but like that was creepy and weird. Like, don't ever do that to me. Like, what did I even say that was like going to trigger my Google Home? That's really weird. And then my last mascara I'm going to be using is a Mega Length mascara from Wet n Wild. I mainly use this because I like the brush. I'm also a huge mascara layerer because I have really short and sparse eyelashes, so I gotta use the whole arsenal whenever I'm going to be doing my eyelashes. I think they look pretty good. That's about it. I really don't do a lot for my makeup, even when I'm going to be filming. I know that you're kind of supposed to put a lot of makeup on when you're filming just so it'll show up on like the camera, but I don't really like the look of that on me. I think a more natural look is better, at least for me personally. Also Burt's Bees, obviously. But yeah, I don't know if that's just me that doesn't really like a Western aesthetic. I'm not sure why I don't like it. It's just, it's never worked for me. I'm trying to see if there's any other books that I've been reading. Oh, I started The Pisces by Melissa Broder. I don't know about it. I read the first few chapters and I decided to put it down. I don't know if I'm going to DNF it completely, but I don't know if it's necessarily my kind of book. I know that a lot of people love that book and really enjoyed it. I think I might need to read some reviews beforehand just to see what I'm getting into. So that. Also, I've been wanting to read Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. I've been seeing it a lot on TikTok and a lot of people have been really enjoying it. They've been saying that it's kind of Taylor Swift-esque, which is obviously something that I'd be very interested in. It just sounds like an interesting book because I did read the Atlas 6 last year around the time when I went to New York, and I absolutely loved that book. It was so much fun. I do need to reread it though because I have the audiobook for it from Libro FM, and I am so ready to reread that book. I'm so excited about it. So yeah, maybe at some point I will reread the Atlas 6 and then also read Alone with You in the Ether. I do have it on my Kindle because I think it was only $2.99 on Amazon, so I was like, sure, why not? I am currently reading so many books at the moment. It's really hard to keep them all straight in my brain. I really want to focus more on Little Thieves though because I'm getting close to finishing it, so I want to get that done and move on to Southern Sun, Northern Star. I definitely need to get this YA fantasy vlog finished so I can start a different vlog. So yeah, I have quite a few things to get done, I guess. And I did want to film another video anyway, so I have quite a few things on my plate. So let's take down my bangs. They're gonna look really weird at the moment. I did try to kind of like redo them. I might need to actually go back and I don't know, maybe not, maybe we'll be okay. My bangs are so temperamental. I don't know if that's relatable to anybody else that has bangs. Are your bangs also never wanting to cooperate with you? Because same. It's so annoying. They never want to lay nicely. So I guess that's what we're gonna get. But see how dark my hair is? I definitely want it to be a lot lighter. I don't know, we'll see. Also, if you want a little look at my outfit, this top is from Target. It's just a little racerback tank top. I have my necklace from Etsy, and then this skirt is actually one that I got from the thrift store recently. I went and checked out some different thrift stores than normal and found some pretty cute stuff. So if I was wearing this outfit out, I'd probably wear it with these sandals. I think they're so cute. So yeah, that would be like the entire look. It'd be adorable. I really like this skirt. I think it's super cute and I can't wait to wear it more this summer. So yeah, that's my entire look. I have finally gotten ready. So yeah, thank you all for joining me in this get ready with me chatty kind of video. I had such a fun time filming it, making it for you guys, and getting to talk. I love making these kind of videos, so if you want more of them in the future, just let me know. And I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also remember to check out the description for all of the information about Dossier and also my discount code. They're all going to be in the description, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye! Ooh, I thought it'd be me and you.